everyone. Hello, hello. It's your girl, Nicole Ryan with Lana Solutions, your debt diva, your finance advocate. And if you've been following the show for a while, you know that we talk about financial everything, but especially saving and budgeting and debt elimination and even a little bit of credit education. So if you are joining us, all month we have been talking about our spending around holidays, right? With the holidays here, if you will, a lot of times we get out there and we have a lot of unconscious spending going on. So I want to help you guys pull the rein in, pull those reins in, and start to really think as this year is wrapping up. And even if you're watching this and we're in the new year, 2026, or halfway through it, whatever, the information given today is relevant. And I always speak on, we have the same holidays, you guys, every single year. So there is no reason that we can't have some type of peace of mind and create a holiday budget, right? So today I'm going to touch on a personal budget checklist and some of the steps you can take, you guys, to get things in order. Because I know every year we talk about a budget, right? I'm going to get on a budget plan. I'm going to get this budget plan in order. And then a lot of times we'll write the budget plan, and guess what? We don't even follow the budget plan. So we have budgeting apps. We have free download budgeting templates. But at the end of the day, until we really sit in it, right, and work it like it works for us and not everyone else, like Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman and Gary Cassey, and I can just go on with all these financial gurus. But I want you to be your own Dave Ramsey and your own Susie Orman and your own Gary Cassey and your own Lana Solutions, because your family, whether you want to hear it or not, is a business. And your paycheck is a business, and we have to learn to manage it. It's not rocket science. So we run around and we look at these big houses and beautiful cars and how all the celebrities and everyone else seem to just have it all together. The truth of the matter is, a lot of them are struggling too. Why? Because of poor management. So this holiday season, we're going to get things in order. That way, when we break into 2026, or as we're even in 2026, or even the years to come, we know some basic steps we can take to start budgeting and managing our finances, okay? So number one, we're going to review our current year that we're in, all right? We're going to look over 2025, and we're going to take some time, and we're going to review it. How, you say, Nicole, are we going to review it? Well, we're going to start by looking back over all your finances. What worked and what didn't work. So for me, when I'm working with clients, the number one thing I'll have them do is pull those bank statements. Whatever card or cards, plural, you're using the most, go online, look at your transactions, study your transactions, look at the ones that you know darn well were not needed, but you decided to do it because of some emotional roller coaster or behavior that we know we need to break. For instance, if you go through those statements and you highlight your special coffee that you have every single day, and you do the math and you realize that that's hundreds of dollars that you could be saving or investing, you might want to consider buying or investing in one of those fancy latte or coffee machines. I'm just saying, I hear when you make it at home, it tastes even better. So that's just a small analogy of what you will come across as you decide to review your finances for 2025. Add up your total income and your main expenses. So this is just a DTI. This is like your debt to income ratios. And what you want to find out if your debt percentage is higher than the income you have coming in. That's all, you guys. It's nothing to beat you up. So when you go in and you find out that maybe you have 80% debt and only 20% income flowing, you might want to move some things around and figure out, okay, where can I cut back? Or is this a good time to maybe take on some other streams of income? Just depending on where you are with your family, because remember, your family is a business. So we got to make sure all moving parts and people are in place and we're doing our part so that we're not going into a whole nother year struggling, what do they say, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and trying to finagle vicariously through our finances without a plan in place. So you plan, number one, to review 2025 and look at what worked, what didn't work. If the coffees didn't work in 2025 and you keep coming up short every month, every pay period, it's time to look at these spending behaviors and see what we can cut back. Now you reviewed it, you added up your total income and your expenses. You also identify where your money leaked. And that's what we talked about with the coffee or eating out or impulse buys. We wouldn't do that. Who does that? Who goes out and just does an impulse buy? And you're probably saying, well, Nicole, what's an impulse buy? An impulse buy, you guys, is when you are in the supermarket. Let's say you're in the grocery store, right? And you go in there, you plan on getting a couple things. Let's say you don't even grab a cart because you know better. Because if you grab that cart, you're going to want to fill that cart up. And you're in the checkout line and you're on your way to the checkout line and you see something else that is just calling your name, right? Like it's getting cold here in Omaha, Nebraska. So maybe it's a sweater, right? Because it's sweater weather. And it's like, yeah, you gotta have me. No, that's an impulse buy, you guys. Or better yet, don't you love how they put all the candy and everything right by the cashier at the lower level so your kids can see the pop and the candy? And then they want to start grabbing stuff and start loading up. Those are impulse buys, all right? And I know several are gearing up for Black Friday. If this is aired before Black Friday or even after, you need a budget. And that's why we're talking today. We need a budget. We have to stick to our budget, okay? So identify where the money leak is. It may be eating out. I've had to get on my kids about the eating out. And I'm talking about my older children where they like to go and invest in different restaurants. No pun intended, because a lot of them are restaurants that they really enjoy, you guys. And I'm not going to name them, but you know your favorite restaurant and you know your favorite fast food and you know your favorite whatever that you have DoorDash. They kicked it up a whole nother notch on us, you guys. So you don't even have to get out of bed now to go and get this impulse buy. They will deliver it straight to your door. No. We got to stop this, you guys. So find out your money leaks, okay? Number 2, set 2026 goals. There is just something about writing it down or logging it. Set those goals. Let this be the last holiday that you just buy whatever you buy because little Bobby wants a bike and Sally wants new AirPods and husband, who knows what he's wanting this year, but at the end of the day, you know where I'm going with this. No more will we do that. We will budget. Let's get a budget. You can still have a budget and have an amazing time. Can you imagine that if you started to tuck away a little bit of money every paycheck after this holiday season, that by Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Black Friday, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 2027, you would have such a nice cushion to just go do what you and your family, heck, you might even take a vacation, right? So set that goal. Choose one debt to focus on paying down. Believe it or not, over 30% of Americans are still paying off credit card debt from last holiday season. So when you get in there, and I'm telling you, for my parents, if anybody remembers old school Dora, I'm telling you, swipe or no swiping. Stop with the swiping of that credit card. When you go do your Christmas shopping, Thanksgiving shopping, this year, next year, any year, I would highly recommend the envelope approach. And the reason I'm telling you that, because you can put $100, $200, $500 in an envelope and go manage those purchases. And when you do, it's gonna hit different. It's not like swiping. I don't know why, but with credit cards, we feel like it's not our money until the bank account is zero or it's so low, you wish that your next pay period was here. Stop with the swiping. It's too unconscious. If you need to use the envelope method, Google it. It's an amazing method to start managing your bills with, especially your grocery shopping and some of the other miscellaneous shopping that you do. So when you're setting those goals and you're deciding to pay down debt, you guys, if you're using this envelope method, I guarantee you, let's say we're just focusing on the credit card that still has holiday debt from 2024, just target in on it. And even if you just throw a little more towards that minimum payment, you will get it paid off so much faster, and it will pump the brakes for 2025 because you get an opportunity to see, wow, I'm still paying on that PlayStation, Xbox, bike, sweater, clothes, Christmas tree, special ornament for the door from 2024. I dare you to look at the transactions. I double dog dare you guys to look at your transactions and review them. And if you're that 30% that is still paying off your Christmas credit card debt from 2024, try to pull the reins in and use that envelope method. If you're only spending $100 this Christmas, it's okay. It's okay. Just buy wiser, smaller, and gifts that really matter. And don't be afraid to do re-gifting and doing letters with baked goods. If you're a baker, me and my daughter, we bake, and sometimes she'll do a bunch of desserts. She has a dessert business, and we'll go deliver it to friends and family members. I mean, it saves you a ton of money. It's heartfelt. Who doesn't like a basket of home good desserts? And if you're not a baker, go buy something and put a beautiful letter in there and tie it up with a bow. The best gift you can give people, and I talked a little bit about this on the different radio shows that I'm on, is your authentic self. And sometimes you're not always going to be able to show up with the gift that you think one is deserving of, but you can still bless them and let them know, hey, I'm working on me this year. Finances are not where I would like them to be, but I didn't forget about you. Here's this. And just be honest. Just be honest. That's all you can do, you guys. So anyway, the debt I think you should focus on is, if you're of that 30 percentile group that's still paying off credit card debt from 2024, let's focus on that one. But you get to pick whichever one you want. Decide how much you'll give or invest in others. We just talked a little bit about that. The best things in life, and I know people hate this cliche, but the best things in life are free. And there is so much going on here in Omaha, Nebraska. You have absolutely no reason not to partake in some of the beautiful stuff that's happening here in our city and the surrounding area. If this airs before November 29th, look into the Jean Leahy Mall downtown where they're doing the Lights Festival. Also look into a lot of the free plays, the museums, the art galleries, and so much more this holiday season, you guys. And I can't even mention what the churches are doing. Whether you're a believer or non-believer, there's something for everyone. And it's free. Me and my kids love going to free events. And even when there's not a free event, I know it's getting a little cold, but we'll still go out and do beautiful things like walk Lake Zorinsky or go downtown to the Heartland Park. If you haven't had an opportunity to see it, it's open again. And it's just beautiful down there. All right. Number 3, you guys, know your income. So write down all income sources. You want to write down your job, if there's a business, a side hustle, and note any expected changes for 2026. So raise, new opportunity, etc., etc. If you know your income, you know what you have available to pay. That kind of circles back to that DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. And you do that by just knowing your expenses, which is number 4. So making sure you know your income and knowing your expenses, especially your traditional expenses. And Dave Ramsey calls that the 4 walls. So that's like your rent, your transportation, food, and I believe insurance. Those are very important because that right there is your shelter. That's your house, okay? Rent or mortgage, car gas, insurance, groceries, essential, phone, internet subscriptions, fund money, and extras. If it doesn't fit the plan, trim it, or listen to this one, you guys, time it later. Delayed gratification. That's what that means. So when I go in that store, and keep in mind, you guys, now, I'm not just a savvy businesswoman. I am a mother of 6 beautiful children and 2 grandchildren. And that can get really expensive if you don't manage your expenses, right? So if I am personally put in a situation where one of my beautiful children want a particular item that I have not fit into the budget, guess what this mommy does? I tell them the truth. And I help them to understand just because you have it doesn't mean it's there to spend, which means, if you've been following me, you guys, to throw away. We're not throwing away our hard-earned money. And I have a good wealth management friend of mine who will also tell you your money should be working just as hard as you, if not harder. So think about when you go into your job or your business and think about those countless hours that you invest and the work that you do for said paycheck or pay. When you receive that down to a science, you should know if I'm getting, whether it's 5,000 every 2 weeks, 20,000 or 500, you should know what is available. What is your discretional income? What is left over? What is your surplus? If you don't have one, you are not in a position to be running out, spending anything. And I know a lot of times, and I know this because I've been in debt relief for over 25 years. What I do know, it does not discriminate. Debt does not discriminate. Do you hear me? Debt does not discriminate. What does that mean? It's in every class. It's in your ultra rich, it's in your poor house or the penthouse, right? So it is a behavior. It can be circumstantial. It can be emotional. Find out what you're dealing with. And as I jump back up to 1 where you're reviewing all of your expenses, and you see these transactions and you sit back and you're like, wow, I did spend $200 at that spa on Saturday. That was not in the budget. You gotta think about stuff like that and why you did it or why you feel like you have to spend and not manage. As you learn to manage, you are gonna come across so many amazing deals, you guys. All of the stuff that you want, they're making new stuff as we speak. If you can learn to pump your brakes and just wait a little while, whether you're buying out a season or you're just managing a year or 2 years in advance. I used to always think all the rich people went on vacation until I had a very wealthy person sit me down years ago, right? And said, oh no, we put a deposit on vacation. We pay off our trip to Hawaii sometimes 2 years in advance. So don't think you're missing out. The only thing a lot of us are missing out on is learning how to manage our money. You don't have to have 5 or 10,000 readily available to go have a safari trip in Africa. But what you can do is manage your money and invest in that piece and do it later. It does not have to be on the spot. I need it today. It feels good today. I want it today. If your budget doesn't say you can afford to do it today or this holiday season, I am giving you permission, Nicole Ryan, your debt diva with Lana Solutions, to say no. And I don't care how bad it hurts or who it hurts, but let them know we're not living like this no more. We're not going into 2026 taking out payday loans and using credit cards for our Christmas. We can pay this money down, right? Because we're going into a new year. We got a fresh start, you guys. Well, we can put all these debts in order and we can knock them out one at a time. Same way you charged them up, we can slowly eliminate them. And for some of you, it may take 3 to 5 years to be totally debt-free. But guess what? It's possible. And you know why I know? Because I've been doing it for over 25 years with people just like yourself and small businesses. You don't get out of this personal budgeting for 2026 checklist. You small businesses too, you need to sit down and you need to comb through all of your expenditures and you need to figure out, what am I purchasing that I didn't need to purchase in 2025? And maybe I'm just continuing to do it and I don't even have a cause to be doing it. I'm just spending it because I feel like the money is available just to spend. Stop doing that. Your KPIs will be all over the place if you don't find out what your numbers are saying. Numbers are always speaking to us, you guys. They're either saying, hey, you're doing a fabulous job and here's the cash flow to prove that. Or they're saying, this is horrible, things are getting tight, we are about bankrupt. Don't ignore the numbers. Sit down, take more time and study the numbers. And if you need help, like I've said in the past, if you mention KPAO and you mention this show, I will speak with you for free and talk to you about your personal situation. And I can connect you to other nonprofits, whether you're having issues with transportation, whether you're having issues with just getting out of debt. You might be in a position where you might need to file bankruptcy. There are so many entities out here that can help you get this turned around, all right? Okay, plan for big items, taxes, holidays, which we've been touching base on, car repairs, school costs. Guess what? You can start saving now for all of that. You can start tucking away money. And I know a lot of you are saying, but Nicole, we don't have extra money to spend. No. You know why I say it's nonsense? Because every time I go through your expenses, there is something in there where we could have put a little something away. And a little something goes a long way. And some of you just need a second or third job if you're able to do so. If not, sometimes you got to get creative, you guys. We are in America. Get creative. What are you passionate about? Hone in on it and start bringing in an income. And those are different consultations that we like to have at Lana Solutions, because you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you just got to partner up with the right people. So set up a system, use a simple budget tracker like mint.com or Every Dollar Matters. And they even have a debt payoff. If you reach out to Lana Solutions, I can get you this information. I might have them posted at the end of this show. But as we get ready to wrap up, you guys, just check in monthly. Check your finances out. Stay accountable. Make it easy for 2026. You guys, we're going into a new year. One thing I love about life is that every day we get a brand new day to start over. And we can leave yesterday behind and we can really start focusing on our financial wellness. And the biggest thing you can do for yourself is set a budget and follow it. So we're not just going to review our transactions. We are going to review them and we are going to find out where we can start saving and doing a lot better managing our expenses, not spending them and throwing them out, but managing those expenses and having a wonderful 2026 and a beautiful 2025 holiday, okay? I don't like to gripe, but sometimes I have to because I have to let you guys know that this is serious. Just coming out of that government shutdown, there were millions who were not able to eat. And if that was you, you got a fresh start now to try to turn things around. And if Lana Solutions can help, or some of the nonprofits we work with, I want you to reach out to me. But I want you to take your finances a lot more serious in 2026, okay? That's it for me, you guys. Your girl, Nicole Ryan with Lana Solutions, your debt diva. Bye.